Hey everybody, Jeff with the Grand Lake Outdoor Report. Hey, thanks for listening. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to the report on KGVE 99.3 or jumping over to the YouTube channel or maybe the grandfishingreport.com website, or we try to get this posted into the Facebook group as too, grandfishingreport.com. Lots of options for you guys to hear the recording, and I know there's a lot of people out fishing right now, and the fishing has been really good at Grand Lake. My son Hayden with Williams Guide Service has been running 2 trips a day, sometimes crappie and sometimes paddlefish, and sometimes crappie during the day and paddlefish in the afternoon, or vice versa. So he's really catching a lot of fish right now. We've got other guides out on the lake that are doing really well. A lot of the paddlefish have moved into the upper end of the lake. They're just waiting on that first really strong rise that usually happens in April. End of March and April, we'll usually get some big water movement. The lake can come up, and that's when things really kind of get going good. There was a little bit of a rise. The lake is a little bit high right now. They're running intermittent generation down below the dam. Last time I checked, no floodgates or anything open like that, but there was a little bit of a rise from the rain we got in the beginning of the week and over the weekend, but nothing substantial, nothing to really push the paddlefish up to Miami where there's a lot of people will be able to get after them. Hayden is catching a lot of his crappie in deep brush and in and around some of the boat docks. He's been using the Lucky Bug, the Lucky Strike Lucky Bugs, primarily the 2-inch. He likes to use the 2-inch size more than he does the 2.5-inch size. The kind of the blue colors, the clear colors, USA, Thunderstorm, and then he really likes the purple and pink. He catches a lot of fish on that purple and pink, and he's coupling that with a 16th-ounce jig head, and then he's also catching some fish out roaming in some of the coves with some live scope technology, and his clients are really enjoying that, picking those fish off with the live scope. It's a pretty slow way to do it to try to get several people's limits, but it is an effective way of catching crappie. And so he's told me that he's been catching a lot of fish like that. I see Matt Dodge on Grand Fishing Report Facebook group has been catching some huge catfish off of the bank, and Matt's not ever going to tell you where he's fishing. He's got these spots on the bank that he kind of keeps to himself, and rightfully so. It's a lot of people, if they find out where you're going from the bank and they find out you're catching big fish, they'll go down and kind of home in on your spots. So I don't blame Matt for keeping those spots kind of private, but what he has proved is that you can catch big catfish on Grand Lake off the bank, and people just need to get out there and target those big blues that are up in shallow water right now. This is a pattern that happens every year. Jerry Croft and I used to fish the shallow water blue catfish pattern every single year. Those fish will stay somewhat shallow off and on until they go to spawn, usually around Memorial Day. And this time of the year, those big blues are up there feeding on some of that leftover winter kill shad. And then there's a lot of other fish that have moved shallow. The crappie are starting to move shallow, looking for spawning beds. Their shad are starting to move shallow. They're kind of staging for their spawn that usually happens, in April and May. And so there's just a lot of action in the shallow water. So a guy can get out there and get to where he can cast in, 3 to 10 foot of water, maybe even 2 to 6 foot of water, off of some of the shallow points around Grand Lake. Maybe you've got a dock in some shallow water where you can cast to some shallow flats. There's just all kinds of opportunities to fish, and then there's you can fish below the dam. There's lots of bank fishing that goes on down below the dam, and they catch a lot of fish down there. So if you are somebody that's fishing from the bank, just keep working at it, and eventually you're gonna do really well. And Matt, again, like I said, if you want to see some of the size of some of the big blues he's catching, you need to join the grandfishingreport.com Facebook group and look at some of the stuff. Now, we would also like to congratulate everybody that fished the Bassmasters event on Grand Lake over this last week. I was not there at the event with Lucky Strike. I sure would have liked to have been, but we just aren't ready as a company yet. We're still working on inventory and building out all our American-made hard baits, and we just weren't quite ready to set up a booth over in Tulsa or down there at the boat ramp and show everybody what we've got going on. But that's going to be all behind us. I'm looking forward to showing the world all of our American-made hard baits and soft plastics and everything we're doing at the largest tackle show in the country at ICAST this year in Orlando, Florida. That usually happens in July. We are setting up relationships with wholesale customers all over the country, and the one thing that you can do to help support me and everything I do at Grand Fishing Report and help support our company is just keep asking the dealers for the products that you hear me mention on Grand Fishing Report, like Lucky Bug, STX jerkbait, Swimming Minnow, Crappie Magic crankbait. Some of these things I'm going to talk about a lot because they are fantastic lures and they're going to help people catch a lot of fish at Grand Lake. And over time, we will start to get a lot of those lures in the area dealers around the lake. So if you're looking for some of that stuff, just ask them, and they know how to get a hold of the wholesale distributors that can order it for them. So anyway, hey, again, congratulations to everybody that fished the Bassmaster Classic. What an event. We were really glad that Bassmaster chose Grand Lake, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more prepared the next time they come, and I can meet a lot of you guys out there that probably attended the event and show you in person some of the awesome stuff that we have at Lucky Strike, LUCKE strike.com. Hey, thanks for listening and good luck out there.